Yes. What is going on, my good people? We are back. Football is back. FPL of the day is back. I am Jay London. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we are going through something a little bit different. Let's face it, Game Week 32 isn't that interesting. It's a little bit boring. So I'm going to go through the ultimate transfers. We're only going to focus on some of the forwards that everybody's talking about in the FPL community. And we're going to do that by using the shot map. It's all going to make sense in a second. All right, before we begin, please do, as I always ask you to do, and subscribe. Yes, this still is a brand new YouTube channel. This is our first season. I'm trying to get to 1,500 subscribers. Please do leave a little like, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive in. Let me tell you what this is all about. The ultimate transfers for Game Week 32 and beyond using the shot map. Boom. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do something a little bit different. Going to keep it short and sweet. You guys know me. If you've been following throughout the season, if you've just discovered FPL of the day, then I am an eye test man. All right. I like to watch games. I like to see how players perform. And I like to see what they're doing on the pitch. So we did something in one of the earlier videos earlier on in the season, which is called the shot map, yeah, which is basically having a look at the players and seeing where they perform the best, where they're taking shots, where they have an assist, where they're involved with the goals. So it's all with the help of this guy right here, Casual Fantasy Footballer. I've teamed up with him for the ultimate shot map, the ultimate transfers. We're only going to talk about forwards for this one because there's loads of talk in the FPL community about who is good to bring in. Shall we bring in Dominic CalvertLewin? Do we need to consider Antonio again? Is Lacazette the best striker for around that price range? Is Ollie Watkins worth a punt for the rest of the season? So before I start, disclaimers, caveats and all of that, as always, I'm recording this before the end of Game Week 31. So if there are injuries or postponements or anything like that, you know what to do. Do not include these people in your thought process. Don't put them in your team. And also, I'm going to not include the people that we already kind of know about. Like Harry Kane's not going to be in there. I'm not going to put in Cristiano Ronaldo in the shot list or even someone like Lukaku. I'm only going to concentrate on mid-range strikers, people that everyone can afford, the likes of like Weghorst and Watkins and Calvert-Lewin and things like that. So let's start with him. Let's start with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and have a look at what he's been doing for this season. The things that we're going to be looking out for is the most activity. The more dots and the more crosses and the more colours that you see on the screen, the better. That means that they're involved in more chances, they're creating more stuff, and they're the kind of players that we want to get in our team. So this isn't that exciting. And I know it's because Dominic Calvert-Lewin hasn't been involved that much this season. He was a little bit of a troll for a lot of us last season. And it looks like he's managed to do that again going into this one. Because, yeah, there's not that much going on. A couple yellow dots here and there. Not that many shots. I mean, throughout the whole season, he's done a little bit here and there. But he's not scored that many goals. Everton haven't been great either. So let's not be too harsh on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But if we're talking about strikers, I don't know if I'd want to jump on him at this point. Even if we're talking about someone like Richarlison, that might be a better option. But I'm not going to spend too much longer talking about him. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, for me, he's number 6 and he is a no. Let's move on to the next one. The guy that everybody transferred in for Game Week 31, Weghorst. Right, so again, this isn't that exciting because he's only been at the club for a little while, but he has been involved in a few things when Burnley do look like they're going to be attacking. Like we've seen it throughout the season when he has joined up. But again, not that exciting, and you're going to see exactly why when we start talking about the other guys in this shot list. So yeah, Weghorst, I do like the look of him on paper. I do like the fact that he's got Norwich and he's going to be having another double game week in Game Week 33 as well. But if we're talking about shot maps, if we're talking about players that are performing great in and around the box, it doesn't look like Weghorst is actually doing that. I mean, he's got like, you can actually count the amount of dots that are in that box. So yeah, again, if we're talking about shot maps, if we're talking about the eye test, if we're talking about players that are actually involved with the team's performance, it's not looking good for Weghorst. Let's move him aside and let's start talking about the 4 that we really should be considering for the rest of the season. Starting with this guy here, Che Adams. Now you can see the difference. Now you can see the difference in what these shot maps really, really do. Look at the amount of activity that we have here. Look at the dots. Look at the crosses. We've got blue. We've got pink. We've got yellow. We've got everything. Have a look at the key down below if you don't know what these mean. Player assisted shots in the last 6. He's smashing that. Look at the amount of shots that he's had in the previous 6 game weeks. The assisted goals. The goals that he's actually managed to score throughout the whole season. I feel like Che Adams might be a really underrated player. I know that a lot of people have gone for Broja, mainly because of value and things like that. But if I was picking out the 2, I would go for Shea Adams. And yeah, Southampton do have some very interesting fixtures coming up as well. They do have Chelsea in 32, which isn't great, but they do have another double in 33. One of them is Arsenal, granted, but Burnley in there as well. And then Brighton, Crystal Palace and Brentford. Shea Adams, for his price tag, he doesn't look like a bad pick. And then looking at the shot map, that's encouraging me even more. So if you are looking for someone who is a little bit different, that isn't that highly owned, and you want to put some more money into midfield and to defence, because like we say, that is what a lot of people are going to be doing for the rest of the season, then I'm not going to begrudge anyone if they do go for someone like Shea Adams. Let's have a look at the next person on the shot map. Ivan Toney. Now, a lot of you might be surprised because, yeah, we did think about Ivan Toney at the start of the season. He was a person that everybody was talking about in the FPL community because of the amazing work that he did with Brentford in the Championship. But if we have a look at the shot map, he's actually not done that bad. Okay, cool. He's not scored that many goals, but he is involved. He's got colours all over the place. Granted, he's been more active in like the whole season rather than like the last 6 previous game weeks. But again, I am liking what I'm seeing. We want to be targeting players and targeting strikers that are quite cheap because we want to be investing money into the rest of our teams. And Ivan Toney, yeah, having a look at this, he is involved with pretty much everything that is going on, which is the kind of people that we want. Especially if we're not spending a lot of money, that is great value. We can put our money into players that are nice and cheap up front and then boost the rest of the team. Big at the back is back. Loads of nice midfielders. Salah, Son, get everybody in there that you need. Kevin De Bruyne, chuck them all in. And then have Ivan Toney up front, knowing that he's going to be involved when Brentford do actually attack. So yeah, if you do want to go for someone like Ivan Toney, then yeah, keep this into consideration. And let's compare him to the next person that we have on the shot map, who is going to be, boom, Ollie Watkins. Yeah, again, another person who has been trolling the life out of FPL managers all season. But I do like the look of his activity though. We cannot begrudge that. When you watch him play, he's actually getting to some nice positions. We don't know exactly what's going on there between him and Ings, if they're going to continue to keep playing together. But again, looking at the shot map, I do like the look of him. I like the amount of yellow spots that are on here. I like the amount of solid yellow dots there are. I like the amount of goals that he's actually managed to contribute towards. And yeah, it does look like Aston Villa, if they are going to be scoring some goals, Ollie Watkins, if he is starting and if he is in the team, then he's going to be involved in that, all right? And yeah, we are talking about players that are around a similar price tag. I mean, there's not much difference here. I'm not, like I say, talking about people like Harry Kane or Cristiano Ronaldo. It's going to be people that we can all afford. So yeah, if you do want someone like Ollie Watkins, hopefully this does settle a little bit of a debate. Have a look at the ones that we've just spoken about, and obviously keep this video to have a look at the people that we're going to continue to speak about and compare them all. Let me know what you're saying, and let me know if you think that Ollie Watkins is a good pick. Last but not least, I've gone with this guy, Alexander Lacazette. Right, when I watch Lacazette play, I feel like he is incredibly lucky. I'm just going to throw that out there. But he's pretty much Arsenal's only striker. So when Arsenal are going to be, creating chances, it's going to be the likes of Martinelli, Saka, and Lacazette. That's why he's managed to get so many assists in the last few games. It's because he's managing to feed the ball. He's involved. And if you have a look at the shot map, you can see that for yourselves. Loads of yellow dots around the place. Loads of pink spots. Loads of crosses. Lacazette is only going to continue to do that for the rest of the season. So if you do have quite a lot of squad value, yeah, and you don't know what to do with it, maybe Lacazette is your guy. Maybe you go with someone like Saka, like Martinelli, like Lacazette if you want to triple up. Maybe you just want to keep Saka and then, downgrade a midfielder and then go for someone like Lacazette up front. Maybe you've got Ben White already and you're keeping him and you want one from each position, because Arsenal don't look like a bad team to be getting players from for the rest of the season. So yeah, I don't mind Alexander Lacazette. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Are you going to be bringing in Lacazette, Watkins? Are you going to go for someone like Danny Ings instead? This is what the shot map video is all about. Having a look, comparing these players, comparing it to the eye test, and then trying to decide whether or not these are the guys that we want for the rest of the season. So there we are. There we have it. I wanted to do something short, snappy, and sweet for Game Week 32. And let me know your thoughts. Have you found this useful? Do you want to see more shot map videos? Are you finding these graphics nice? Big shout out again to Casual Fantasy Footballer, who I've teamed up with for this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Are you going to be bringing in any of these players for the foreseeable future. And do follow me on Fantasy Premier League of the Day, FPL of the Day on Twitter. Loads of interaction on there. I will be doing some more team selections, hopefully something special to announce on there a little bit later on today as well. And yeah, if you are discovering this channel for the first time, please do, as I always ask you to do, and subscribe. Trying to get to 1,500 subscribers. 1,500 subscribers. I know, crazy, right? Once you've done that, leave a little like, and I'll see you on the next one, all right? Good luck.